Going now to Sarnia, Ontario, and the voice of the Sarnia Sting, Leigh Cunningham. First, I wanted to talk about last year, the big deal to bring in Travis Konecny, but the disappointment as the team goes out in round one.
It was a team that was primed to certainly go a couple of rounds, and obviously that was halted by the two Greyhounds. And it was a 2-7 matchup in numbers only. Sault Ste. Marie was a solid hockey club, far better than that 7th ranking in the Western Conference would indicate. Ran into a hot goaltender and New York Rangers prospect Brandon Halverson, and I think the organization is treating it as, yes, it was a good season last year, a franchise record for both wins and points in the regular season, and the first West Division crown in several years, the second in franchise history. But I think the term unfinished business is probably the order of the season.
3 first-rounders on that Sting team, Pavel Zacha in New Jersey, and Travis Konecny of Philadelphia, and Jakob Chychrun in Arizona, whose father actually played in the AHL in Cape Breton. Tell us about those 3 guys, how they project going forward, and are we going to see them back in Sarnia?
Believe me, our fan base is asking that very same question, not to mention our management. It's a wait and see. Stick with Travis Konecny and Jakob Chychrun for the moment, because those are the 2 that were penciled in to come back to the Sting, but both of them have had very good NHL camps. Jakob Chychrun, a bound and determined young 18-year-old player that has a lot of confidence and brings a lot of professionalism to the rink, not to mention an NHL-ready body. In my opinion, he's given Arizona every opportunity to look at him, seeing a lot of minutes in the preseason. That remains to be seen. Same story for Travis Konecny. He's playing with big players for the Philadelphia Flyers, the Voraceks and the Giroux and players like that. He's not been out of place. I've been able to see a little bit of his work with Philadelphia, and it's just a question, though, right now, is there any reason to bring these players up at such a young age? Konecny last year had a shoulder injury that curtailed him in the playoffs. What's his play been like away from the puck? Is his body durable enough for the long rigors of an NHL season? I think that's what Ron Hextall and his staff are determining. Same holds true for Jakob Chychrun. Does another year of junior seasoning benefit him playing in prime roles, having a good opportunity to represent Canada at the World Juniors? And the other wild card is Pavel Zacha, first-round draft pick of the New Jersey Devils, who did see some time with the Devils last year. He got injured in the playoffs in the American Hockey League with Albany, but another player that's certainly under the microscope for perhaps top-9 duty with the Devils. We'll see where it goes. All 3 players have been great contributors to the Sarnia Sting, and we'll see if that carries on.
What are the expectations for the Sting, and how much of them are contingent on whether or not those guys come back?
I think having all 3, or if not maybe 2 of the 3, Konecny and Chychrun, back in the lineup, it's huge. I mean, it represents arguably your best defenseman coming back in Chychrun, and certainly one of the dynamic playmakers in the Ontario Hockey League, and Travis Konecny in the top 5 last year in assists. No reason to think that he wouldn't be up there in terms of fighting for a scoring title this year if he comes back for a full season, with the exception of the World Junior Hockey Championship, which I fully expect him to make Team Canada. A lot's riding on it. There's no question about it. Some other guys have picked up the slack. Jordan Kyrou was a second-round pick of the St. Louis Blues, off to a good start since coming back from St. Louis. Nikita Korostilev, a Toronto pick, has 4 goals in 3 games. The other player that bears watching right now for this hockey club is a young man named Adam Ruzicka, pegged to be a high pick in the next NHL draft. He's off to a good start with 5 points in as many games. There certainly is depth with the Sarnia Sting, but boy, would that be enhanced if those aforementioned names came back into the fold.
Leigh, we thank you for giving us a great insight into what's going on with the Sting. Best of luck this year.
Patrick, anytime. Glad to do it, and good luck with Cape Breton.
That is Leigh Cunningham. He is the voice of the Sarnia Sting of the OHL. You're listening to McDonald Auto Group, Screaming Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.